Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Guys, tonight we have a special treat. We are taking a look at our poll winner from Patreon for date night movies.
Oh.
This is 2018's Crazy Rich Asians, and I have never seen it. It's in the romantic comedy wheelhouse, so didn't pique a lot of interest for me, but you guys loved it, so I'm excited to check it out.
This guy over here, obviously, I honestly know nothing about it, but I think I am ready, willing, and able to get a little bit closer with my fellow men here tonight and watch this lovely movie. I've heard good things, but I just have never seen it.
Yeah, you'd pretty much have to be living under a rock to have never heard of it.
Yeah.
I also know, or at least I believe that I heard it won a bunch of awards, and people were singing its praises pretty much since it came out. So you guys voted on it. You're batting 1,000. So
we know you guys are great. So without further ado, let's go for date night.
I hate those doors.
Yeah,
I love them.
黐線啦，行咩行啫？而家搞到成我咁樣。
Hey, it's our girl from Everything Everywhere All at Once, Michelle.
I'm Mrs. Eleanor Young. I have a reservation at the Lancaster Suite.
Sorry, don't seem to have your reservation.
I'm sure you and your lovely family can find other accommodation. May I suggest you explore Chinatown?
What a
this
dick.
guy.
Please, may I use your phone to call my husband? It's the least you can do.
Oh, I think I got a feeling what's going to happen here.
Oh, he said no.
Mrs. Young, I must ask you to leave or I'll have to call the
No,
police.
I think I know what happened here.
I am selling the hotel
Yep,
to my
that's what I
dear
thought.
friends, the Young family of Singapore.
They bought it.
Don't forget your essays on conditional probability are due next week.
You know what?
Like Singapore for spring break. Don't you want to see where I grew up? Meet my family, my ama, and meet up with that strange college roommate of yours.
That's crazy how they're doing the texting.
Oh, no.
Kind of cool.
Eleanor, is Nikki bringing a girl to Colin's wedding? My Amanda heard it from her friend Francesca.
Eddie says her name is Rachel Chu.
Oh, they all know.
Or maybe she's from the Taiwan Plastics Chu family.
Oh,
If you
okay.
want, I have a private investigator. Very discreet.
They want to keep everybody up in the upper echelons of...
Oh, they're still at dinner.
Still there. Wow.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
Are you bringing the girl you're seeing to Colin's wedding?
We were literally just talking about that. How could you know?
Everybody knows.
Classic.
Well, I'm having the house redone. If Rachel comes, I think she might be more comfortable staying somewhere else.
Oh, come on.
Let's take our bags and get you checked into first class.
Oh, no, there's a mistake. We're not first class. We're economy people.
This way, please.
Go with it. Come on.
Oh, she's
not. No, she has no
she must
idea.
not.
That was loaded.
No, she has zero clue.
Oh,
She doesn't even know
man.
he's famous.
After takeoff, would you like to enjoy the lounge chairs? Should we convert your suite into a bedroom?
We're good, thank you.
Enjoy.
Just go with it.
She's got the neck pillow.
My family has business with the airline. The tickets, they're a perk.
He owns the airline, probably.
What kind of business?
Real estate, investment, other things, nothing interesting. Dim sum.
You know what? Maybe good. He
So your
wants.
family is like rich?
We're comfortable.
He wants
That
her
is
to like.
exactly
yeah,
what a super rich
her-
person would
him
say.
for who he is.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
There's my cousin Alistair, based in Taiwan, works in movies. He's dating Kitty Pong, an actress. Kitty.
这个戏的男朋友都知道，你能说话人吗？
You tell him she sucks.
What about your cousin Eddie? You don't ever talk about
Cousin
him.
Eddie.
He's a big finance guy in Hong Kong. A real family man.
Get something real nice for yourself, Clark.
People will love it in the next Hong Kong Vogue.
Hong Kong Vogue? I knew it. Your dress is a disaster.
These are all brand new from Antwerp.
You're the first person I've shown them to.
Nope, something caught her eye.
Those are very special.
I'm thinking of Ricky Jarrett and Ballers right now.
I just want you to myself. Just for a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Aww.
You know, this is one of the only places in the world where street food vendors actually earn Michelin stars. Wow.
I found myself going down a YouTube rabbit hole watching street food.
Oh, yeah.
They make.
Or like on Facebook and Instagram, like the reels and shorts. God.
To my best man, Nick Young. You can't fight for nuts, but we'll always have you back.
Toast to married life.
Oh, not yet, not yet.
My bachelorette party this weekend. I would love you to come.
That'd
be amazing.
That's gonna be the least of your worries.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be kind of a dick to not invite her.
Guys, we have to dig in because this crab is not gonna eat us out.
Is Michael here? Not yet, Mom. Also, your son woke up. He wants to see you. All right. You know what to do. Quickly.
What are we doing here?
Looks like she did a lot of shopping.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Was she
Are
hiding
these all gifts?
No, I think she's hiding it from the kid.
I told Pickle and I would meet up with her today.
Ah, little college reunion. But don't forget, dinner at Mom's time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole family's gonna be there. Yes. Can't wait to show you off.
Hubba, hubba.
the old hubba hubba.
New York in the house!
Piglin.
What up, man?
Oh my God, it's Awkwafina.
Rockefeller! No, not the boys, the Bucky!
Those are
She's got the dogs all made up.
Your house is amazing, Mrs. Go.
Call me Auntie. Auntie Nina.
Nina.
Rachel Chu, we are so grateful for all the help you have given my...
Oh my God, Ken Jeong. Oh my God.
Yes.
Nice to meet you too. Chu, Cuckoo, Kuchu, you, Poo Poo.
Oh my.
I'm just kidding. I don't have an accent. You both went to the same school, yet someone came back with a degree that's useful, and the other one came back as Asian Ellen. This is the kind of girl you should date. Smart, beautiful. Not those like K-pop skanks with like no brain, big eyes, and small backsides. She has an amazing backside.
Oh my God.
Is gold standard.
Oh my God.
Just talk to her. I love you. I don't see no ring on her finger.
Oh my God.
My boyfriend. We're here to go to his best friend's wedding.
The Nick you're dating is Nick Young.
They're just the biggest developers in all of Singapore and Malaysia, Thailand, Brunei, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Look at that thing. Ooh, shit.
Bye.
And she's like, oh, they're rich.
Wow. Oh, jeez.
Flyover.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gorgeous.
You look like Sebastian.
Hey there.
Howdy.
Thank you very much for bringing Rachel.
Oh, no worries.
Do you want to stop by for some dinner?
Oh, no, I couldn't impose.
No, it's not a problem.
You know, some dinner.
Seriously, we've got a lot
Yeah, fucking come dinner.
I missed you.
Did you?
Yeah.
How was your day?
I had to meet some
Clubbing.
Nope.
What of shit?
You have a cocktail dress in your trunk?
I'm not an animal, Rachel.
Walk of shame.
I thought this was just a family thing.
Grandmother's invited some of her friends over tonight. And flowers are blooming. It's a whole thing. You ready for this?
Oh, damn, Nick.
I wasn't expecting this. Thank you.
Oh, no.
Oops.
There's a few fingers.
I actually knew that.
Oh, really?
I don't know how, but I knew that.
You need a haircut, so unkempt. And you look tired from your trip. I'm going to ask the cook to make you some herbal soup. I'll send it to the hotel later.
Mom, this is Rachel Chute.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to meet you.
Pursuing one's passion. How American. Your mother is very open-minded. Not like here, where parents are obsessed with shaping the life of their children. Rachel, it was lovely meeting you.
Thank you, you too.
Okay, so I mean, a tad bit condescending, but for the most part, she was.
Yeah, okay.
She was like formally polite.
Yeah.
You know, condescending but polite.
Yeah,
ish.
But she is running the whole party and has probably some pressure.
Yeah, there was. You felt like, hey, like talk to her, don't turn and give instructions, but at the same time,
You must be Rachel. I'm Edison Chang. This is my wife.
Hi.
Her name is Fiona. So I see you've already met Princess Jack. So you're from the Taiwan plastic tubes, right?
No.
Hong Kong telecom tubes.
No.
Malaysian packing peanuts.
Packing peanuts.
This is Auntie Alex and Auntie Felicity.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
I like how they're doing the camera work.
yeah, this is interesting. Camera, the super wide shot.
Yeah.
Forgot to get you a fork.
It's okay, you stay. I'll go get it.
Think he was nervous about something?
Uh-oh.
Michael, I think it's the office.
Oh no! Text message.
No.
Was he in trouble?
Oh, come on!
I mean, I don't think anybody even noticed.
I had kind of a bad feeling.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
Oh, I know.
Amma insists all your clothes be washed and pressed every 2 weeks.
Just hanging in the closet.
Everything is exactly as I left it.
It might have been exactly the way you think you left it.
Your father and I were really looking forward to having him home with you on board. Maybe he'll take a day off once in a while.
Oh, Dad,
come back and run the company.
Hard. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm happy I finally met Rachel. She is very impressive.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there
All
we
right.
go.
Okay.
Some things I need to figure out on my own.
Is that an American accent I'm hearing?
I like the angle they took with the mom in this so far, you know, where she's like really caring and everything seems to be going pretty good, you know, loves her son.
There you are. Looking all over for you. You ready to meet my grandmother?
阿妈，
乖孙子，你回来了。
这么多日子也不回来看看阿妈，还好我还活着。
That sounds about right.
They all think he's too skinny.
Nick 经常提起您，他说您包的水饺是全世界最好吃的啊，
你愿意，我可以教你。
那实在太好了。
不过你要早点回来，别在这么多人的地方。
Crooning next.
Rachel, so happy you're from here.
Oh, it's a
Or
jam.
GT.
Oh my God.
GT.
36 hours back. Mincy, 1 p.
36 hours.
We're flying to my mum's resort in Sumatra.
Sumatra.
Oh God. I just
Bernard,
Hey.
this is for you, asshole.
Jeez.
It's easy to make a killer entrance when you come as a matching set. Oh, you're Nick Young's friend. You're a professor at NYU, right?
Yes. What about you?
Oh, I'm a lawyer, general counsel at the Young Family Corporation, actually. It's nice to meet you, Rachel Chu.
Ladies, come on!
Oh gosh. Oh, what's this gonna be?
I don't think that was planned.
Let's make some baby!
Where are they going?
Well, so they can do whatever they want.
Any asshole can plan a normal stag party. Where exactly is this party? It's right there. Bloody hell.
Oh my God.
Ballin Collins.
It's on one of their shipping container.
A shipping vessel?
Oh. Oh, jeez.
Got them from everywhere. Oh, that's what that was.
Plooch.
Hey, come try this.
No.
Oh, you have to get off this ship.
That did happen.
Just fired her backwards.
This weekend is about sisterhood and connecting with the divine in all of us.
One last touch. Well, isn't Nick a lucky guy?
What's the best man for? I guess that pilot's license came in handy after all.
They just landed on a rock.
Jesus, it's on a rock.
That would be nice,
if
too.
it wasn't for Araminta, I'd ask you to marry me.
There is a little something that might get in the way of that.
Oh no, he's going to do it. He's going to propose to Rachel.
Is that real?
Yes.
Is it real? Is it real?
I can see why Nick put off coming back to Singapore. You know, he was supposed to come back last year, take over the family business. His parents freaked out when he didn't. But now that he's back, I'm sure all is forgiven.
She didn't know that.
It wasn't that long ago that you were sure you were moving back home. And, I mean, Rachel loves her job in New York.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out.
No.
Nick told you that we were together, right?
Oh, come on, really?
There's a lot Nick hasn't been telling her.
Particularly his mother. Always wanting us to get married.
You really think your family's going to accept anything less than that? Leaving everything to bloody Alistair and Eddie?
I'm not working out on anything. I met a girl, I fell in love, and I want to marry her.
Oh, it's not that simple. You know that.
It takes guts coming all the way over here, facing Nick's family.
You know, she seemed nice at
Especially when
first.
Ellen isn't exactly in your corner.
Yo, she's really throwing shade at her.
You're Nicholas Young. You're untouchable. You always have been. But Rachel's not. And if she becomes Mrs. Nicholas Young, every day for her is going to be a struggle.
Oh. Sink her. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of see where this is headed.
Sorry.
You sure she's ready for that?
You know what the vibes I'm getting from this is like almost like a Coming to America.
A little
bit,
yeah.
With like, one family
Rachel?
like trying to look down on somebody else.
Yeah, she knows.
Camp out here and order room
I
service.
just hope that's not who she was texting.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Catch this, you gold digging.
Big old fish all gutted on her
they
bed.
threw a gutted fish in her bed.
Why would Araminta even have friends like that? How did you two get through all this?
I didn't have it quite this bad, but it wasn't pretty.
Oh, remember, she's...
Michael is having an affair.
I'm really sorry, Astrid.
People just assume you have money, you have everything, you know?
But a multi-billionaire supermodel-looking wife isn't enough for Michael.
Yeah.
I thought I was here to meet your family, go to your best friend's wedding, eat some good food. Instead, I feel like I'm a villain in a soap opera who's plotting to steal your family fortune. I mean, I met Amanda. She told me that everyone here thinks that I'm the evil person that prevented you from moving back to Singapore last year when I didn't even know you were supposed to come home.
You have every reason to be upset.
We're not done yet. There's also this gutted, bloody fish that Araminta's friends left for me in my hotel room on my bed next to the words, "Catch this, you gold-digging bitch."
When we first met, you had no idea who I was, who my family were. You didn't care. You are so different from all of the women that I grew up with. And I love who I am around you. I don't want that to change.
Okay, see, that's some good stuff you need to write down.
This guy is smooth.
I'm sorry that you had to deal with that on your own, but I'm here now.
If I'm him, well, no, because it's his buddy's wedding.
You don't want to make a scene at the wedding.
Yeah,
that's how I think they knew they could easily get away with it too.
because they knew he wouldn't. Good point.
Yeah, and because of who he is.
If she makes a scene, she is even more of a bitch.
You
And
know
then
what?
if
We need to
he
do
makes a
something
scene, he's an
tonight. We need to do
asshole.
something. It's just you and me, okay?
100% agree.
Yes.
But
We do have to go make some dumplings first.
Well, that's with the grandma.
Can we eat them?
We can eat as many as you like.
Okay, fine.
They've got pretty good
this is big
chemistry.
enough. Grandma takes a liking to her, then that changes.
Yeah,
everything.
that'll change the story.
Okay, I want to see like if her dumplings are just bad though. Like I want them to zoom over to her and they just look like they're utterly garbage.
We're hosting a personal dinner, not feeding.
Oh, right.
Okay.
You put the baby in bed. Tuck, tuck, tuck.
Like the diamonds.
Same on the other side.
Then you eat the baby. Did your aunt teach you that?
She did.
I, on the other hand, was taught by Grand Auntie Mabel. You put the Botox in the face.
Amma says if we don't pass traditions down like this, they'll disappear.
God forbid we lose
that's
the ancient
fair.
Chinese tradition of guilting your children. When I was growing up, it was just me and my mom, which I loved, but we didn't really have a big family like this. It's really nice.
We are all very lucky to have each other.
It's a beautiful ring, Auntie Eleanor.
Nick's father had it made when he proposed to me.
It's very romantic. How did you guys meet?
Actually, they met at Cambridge.
Oh, I was gonna say.
They're studying law
So
together.
that was something that like families arranged it or something, maybe.
I chose to help my husband run a business and to raise a family. It's nice you appreciate this house and us being here together wrapping dumplings. But all this doesn't just happen. It's because we know to put family first instead of chasing one's passion.
Oh my! Oh, so she's all mad about that.
哦，你们大家都在这儿啊！
Oh, here comes Grandma.
哦，你把 Rachel 也带来了。白天我看你看得更清楚了，你的鼻子长得很好。长得真好看。
There we go.
这是你包的饺子吧？怎么包那么难看呢？退步了，嗯？
Okay.
Oh, ouch.
She's in a
Grandma giving it to her dog.
Yeah. So you can kind of see how it goes
Generational.
downhill. Yeah.
Grandma giving her the business.
Oh, hi. I think I'm a little lost. This house is pretty big.
You asked about my ring. The truth is, Nick's father had it made when he wanted to propose to me because Amma wouldn't give him the family ring. I wasn't her first choice. Honestly, I wasn't her second.
Ouch.
But she came around, obviously.
It took many years. And she had good reason to be concerned because I had no idea the work and the sacrifice it would take. There were many days when I wondered if I would ever measure up. But having been through it all, I know this much. You will never be enough.
Oh.
Ouch. That's strange she would be like that because she had to go through that same thing.
I don't know if she's
In
trying
her
to toughen
mind-
her up or I don't know.
Maybe she's just passing it down.
Yeah. You know, she's like, I've been through all this. I know what it takes. You have no
She's
idea.
just
You
trying to-
can't do it.
Trying to test her the way she was tested.
Maybe.
I know my mum can be tough at times, but there isn't anything she wouldn't do for me.
Well,
And there is a reason why I lived with Amma growing up. It's because my mother knew she wasn't the favorite, so she let her raise me, so I would be.
Oh, brutal.
Oh,
Grandma didn't
wow.
even think mom was good enough to raise the kid.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Dude.
I wonder if that's why that opening scene they went to the hotel. So maybe they were kicked out of the house or something. They showed up
I
in the
totally
rain.
forgot about the opening scene.
Yeah, remember the mom shows up in the
Yeah.
hotel with the with him as a boy.
Yep.
Was she like, you will never be good enough for my son? Or was it like, you will never be good enough for my son?
It's like the second one, except for in a way that made me want to like cry and puke at the same time.
She's so badass.
I mean, I can't even tell Nick because he like worships her.
Chinese sons think their mom's Bart Chanel #5.
You know, it's Colin and Araminta's day. I don't want to cause any drama there. I feel like I should just sit it out. You know, tell Nick I had food poisoning.
No, don't let him win.
No.
It's not about getting Eleanor to like you. It's about getting her to respect you. All right? Right now, she just thinks you're some like undeserving, clueless, gold digging,
Yeah, I got it.
trashy, unrefined banana.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm right. It's fake land. I'm always right.
Where she's like coming at me and like thinking I'm gonna swerve like a chicken.
Don't be afraid to lose.
You're not a chicken. You gonna roll up to that wedding. You gonna be like, bok bok, bitch. Chickens are bitches.
Sweetie, your skin is so dry it's hurting my face. It's about time someone stood up to
They got a whole team. Yeah, like a whole army of helpers.
Jason Wu with a deconstructed waffles.
And a sandwich for Piglet. All right.
She's got her sandwich.
Clown's tampon.
On a heavy day.
She looks like a flower. Sad, lonely flower. No one wants to be around. It's not that bad.
Oh, the twins.
It's holding you up.
Oh, it's got
Amazon dress.
It's got Oh my god.
Blinded by the light.
This is why disco died.
You kind of look like a slutty Ebola virus.
Taste the rainbow.
Was that her brother that was sitting there with the kids?
Yeah.
They remember
this
optimal angles.
guy.
Optimal angles.
There it is.
Just right here. Jeez. Oh. Oh, nice outfit she's got on. Is okay, and she knows how to walk that.
Well, they
could have. They could have, coached her up quick, I guess. Look at they're telling her to get back in the car.
Out of the way.
Out of the way. Out of the way.
Amanda, you're in my way.
Oh. Yes.
Hey, what?
Sorry, that was good.
I have to fly into Shenzhen on Monday to try and talk them down.
Oh boy.
It's Cassian's birthday.
I hate to miss it. But this is important.
King, your son's birthday's important. Get someone else to handle it.
She gonna bring it up?
There's another reason you're out of town.
Yeah.
So he saw the message.
I know you're having an affair. I don't want to make a scene.
You find out I'm having an affair with another woman, and you're worried about making a scene.
I'm not the one who screwed up.
Of course not. You're always the prettiest, richest, most perfect girl in the room. Well, I'm just this lucky bastard who will never measure up. I'm tired of having nothing I do matter.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, it's like he picked the girl, he knew what he was getting into.
Is this a church or a paddy field?
They spent $40 million on the wedding.
Oh, Jesus.
For a Methodist, $20 million is our limit. This in town. Vicious woman. She demanded a whole row to herself so she wouldn't be bothered by anyone.
So even you know what that shows? Even for as much money they have, there's the next person up that doesn't want to deal with them.
Yep, there's always somebody.
Yep. Play chicken.
I'm sorry. Our row is full.
Oh, wow.
Go sit up with. Go sit up with the other one.
I'm wondering if that's what she's going to do.
With the other one.
Well, I don't think she'll be able to. She bought out the whole row.
I read your great article about microloans in the Asian Economics Journal.
I received so much criticism about that article.
I think your critics missed the point, because your microloans help women, and the women lift up economies.
What is your name again?
Rachel Chute.
It's a pleasure to
right.
meet you. Now, what brings you here?
Well.
Suck it. Oh.
谢谢你，阿妈。
一家人不用说谢啊。
Family.
Never says thank you, though.
You'll never have to. Family never says thank you.
Hey, Rachel's not sitting with your family. Yeah, I don't blame her. I'm sure she'll be at the back somewhere, laying low.
Well, she's yucking it up.
I think you've got to fight her.
Oh, he's going to fall in love even more.
Make sure she doesn't take your boss.
This guy.
Got him with the old ball check.
Thanks for dressing up. He's got that suit on.
It's not about me.
Everybody's got a bird who's hanging around somewhere.
Oh, come on,
Elvis. Remake of I Can't Help Falling in Love with You by Elvis.
Is this what Patrick Wilson's saying for Conjuring?
The Conjuring 2, yes. This is what he was singing in The Conjuring 2.
Thanks to this channel, we've heard so many versions of that song. It's awesome. Oh, wow.
He's throwing it in the plant.
My God, now there was a flower girl. She ran out, so she ran back in to grab more flower petals.
Oh, what do you think the wedding dress is gonna look like? We got water coming in?
Well, all the rows need water.
Yeah. Well, they spent $40 million on it, so.
Yeah. I came in like a wrecking ball.
I think she's gonna come in on a boat.
Wait, what?
I think you're right. I think she's going to float down.
That's what I think.
Take my heart, for I can't.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Falling in love.
Okay, that's pretty incredible.
That's pretty neat.
40 mil.
Can't say that I've seen that before.
Giving you ideas, Oak?
Bar's getting set kind of high.
I know this is a movie and it can be amazing and whatnot, but come on. You got this.
A lot of people crying for different reasons.
Yeah.
And
Very
you
good
notice
point right there.
his dad still isn't there.
No.
Yeah, it's his dad, not the
Not the
bridegroom's
yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
But still, you know.
That's what I was saying.
They were together since they were in nappies. You'd think he would be there.
Yeah.
Nappies, also many parts of the world refer to diapers as
It's the double snakes. I can't breathe.
double things.
Oh, gosh.
Those two.
Yes, I'll take. Be a dear and take care of that.
I was wondering when that was going to come to an end. I mean,
you think-
seriously.
Yeah, she wouldn't put up with that, you know?
Alistair, your father's looking for you. Something about an overdrawn discretionary account.
Baby!
They fell over here over the table.
You'd be lucky if Alistair's parents give you a tea ceremony. You know Alistair's only the fourth son of a penny-pinching family, don't you? You want a wedding like this? You should fall in love with an only child. The necktie.
Oh, no.
Wow, is he causing trouble?
Grandmother would like to speak to you and Miss Rachel.
Grandma wants to speak to you and Rachel?
Oh, okay. What is
Uh-oh, this doesn't feel good.
虽然我认识你的日子不长
Okay, here we go.
我看得出来，你是个聪明人，可我不能让你毁了我的孙子跟我的家。She said her father passed away in China, but that's not true. We cannot be linked to this sort of family.
I don't want any part of your family.
你要跟他
Let me go.
回来
Rachel.
，Nick，全是你的错。
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
see-
blaming it on her.
Yeah.
Oliver. Rachel, have you seen Rachel?
Jesus.
Rachel, this is so dear.
Oh.
Stop by again tonight. Rachel, please, just give me a call.
Rachel, someone's here to see you.
I don't want to see him.
It's not Nick.
Mom,
Oh, wow.
why didn't you tell me about my father?
Oh, she never knew.
Yeah, wow.
But an old schoolmate of mine helped me through things, and I got pregnant with his baby. That's you.
I really thought he was the one. Now I just want to go home.
You know, Nick was the one who called me and brought me out here. Before we go, I think you should go and talk to him.
You know, I'm still waiting for the dad to show up because he wanted to marry. I'm thinking the dad's going to come through with the save.
Well, because, like, yeah, he did the same thing that his son is about to do. He
and
knows.
we haven't seen him all movie.
I'm so sorry about everything. Since I can remember, my family has been my whole life, and I am done making excuses for them.
There you go. Man up. That a boy.
Marry me. Marry me and we'll start a new life together in New York. Just you and me. I'll leave all of this behind.
You know, I just don't know if she's. I don't know.
Oh, she's gonna play her in a game, I bet. Yeah, remember the beginning of the movie? Knew that was gonna come into play.
Perfect timing.
Thanks for meeting me here. Don't worry about them. They're half deaf and they only speak Hokkien.
Oh, she must get first roll. Anyone know what this game is?
No idea.
Well, he proposed to me yesterday. He said he'd walk away from his family and from you for good. Don't worry, I turned him down.
Only a fool folds a winning hand.
There's no winning. You made sure of that. Because if Nick chose me, he would lose his family. And if he chose his family, he might spend the rest of his life resenting you.
Yeah. Nick is up Shit's Creek.
So you chose for him?
I'm not leaving because I'm scared. Or because I think I'm not enough. Because maybe for the first time in my life, I know I am. I just love Nick so much. I don't want him to lose his mom again.
That's right.
So I just wanted you to know that one day when he marries another lucky girl.
Holy shit.
And you're playing with your grandkids while the tanhuas are blooming and the birds are chirping, that it was because of me. A poor, raised by a single mother, low-class immigrant. Nobody.
Hey, I'm gonna send someone for the rest of my stuff. But I want to talk to you about my visitation rights with Cassian.
Stop talking.
What?
Don't worry about packing your things. You bought this apartment. You keep it. We're leaving.
What do you mean you're leaving? Where are you gonna go?
I have 14. And you'll see Cassian when it's good for him, not when it's good for you.
Hey, look, you know it's not just my fault that things didn't work out.
You're right. I shouldn't have kept things from you. Hidden my shoes, turned down jobs, charity work, worrying that it might make you feel lesser than. But let's be clear. The problem with our marriage isn't my family's money. It's that you're a coward. You gave up on us. But I've just realized it's not my job to make you feel like a man. I can't make you something you're not.
Oh. Ooh, yeah.
Good for you. Walking away from Nick and his family's property portfolio.
幸福的我很久，去的去等候。
Is this Coldplay Yellow?
I don't know.
眼眶被
Oh no, is that another gift for him?
No, those are the earrings.
Oh, that's right.
Earlier.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Bye, Mrs. Chu. Goodbye, and thank you. Sure, I can get you to stay. And my brother PT is still single.
彩虹。幸福有到天堂。
Oh, she's moving her way back to economy.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a long flight.
Stay there.
He just bought the.
I'm gonna go and look for some extra blankets.
Hello, 快点，快点。
Sorry, just one second. Nick, what are you doing here?
I'm flying back to New York with you. I always imagined what me proposing to you would be like. I had it all planned out. Oh, yeah, right behind you. Don't mind me. I bring you to my favorite spot on the island. There's a hidden trail that I used to go to as a child.
The lady behind.
She's like,
she's listening.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry, dude. I think that's a genuine
When the
laugh
sun hits
sheet.
the horizon, I get down on one knee, and the rest of the world would fall away because it would just be you, and because it's just you.
The lady behind is the best part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
And everybody's sweaty.
Oh, it's the mom's ring.
Rachel Chu, will you marry me?
Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Yes.
It's always nice having that extra person doing all the cheering on in the background.
I love you too. It's gonna be some flight back to New York.
Well, I was actually thinking about staying one more night.
He also bought the plane, so it's not taking off.
That's true.
Oh, of course. Come on.
Oh, she doesn't have the ring on.
Yeah, she got through to her in the end.
Oh, that was the top of the hotel that they showed earlier on.
Oh my God! Look at that. That is.
Yeah, I think the track runs throughout that whole city, and you see all of that.
Wow, that's amazing. Still didn't get to see the dad or anything.
Yeah, that's surprising. I thought the dad would be in there.
Okay, we got a little extra scene.
Post credit.
We're skipped to 154. All right. Oh, that was it. I thought there would be.
There you go.
Let's roll right into it.
Right.
Oh my God! Wow.
Thanks to all of you for recommending this one, the poll winner on Patreon, and again, not the type of movie that I would generally watch, but it was a lot of fun. We've had there's been movies like this before, right, where we've had the either the bride or the groom, I'll say for a lack of a better word, they find somebody they love, the family doesn't approve,
Board of Truth.
They and then it's the wrap up of how the story concludes. Now, this one was a little bit different in that, we had a lot of other people that were jealous or were angry because of Nick's celebrity status, I guess. And so that was kind of a little bit of a different twist on it. But, Awkwafina in there was awesome. I thought she was great in Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. Awesome in that. And having Ken Jeong in there as like a nice little, I don't want to say cameo because it wasn't, but his role just kind of slid in there was perfect. And, he shows up all done up with the Elvis style outfit when we first meet him. But, there was a lot of things to consider, culturally in this because, a lot of what the mom said, certainly is true. I mean, let's be honest too. A lot of times to be successful and to do well, it's not always going to be following your passion. I mean, I can't make a living, camping and riding motorcycles, but if I could, it'd be awesome, So there is some truth to what the mom said. Now, that being said, doesn't mean that you completely cut all of that out of your life. You find balance and things like that. So I kind of like that story. Of course, we saw the way that the families are, very controlling sort of one another. Not, I guess, only if you're I guess you'd say the chosen one, right?
Yeah.
If you're the one standing to inherit the fortune, the family's going to be very hands-on, controlling. Do this, don't do that. Don't be seen with this person. We saw that in the first scene right away when the whole story of who Nick was with blew up across social media and the internet, and his mom found out in a matter of minutes. So it was a very kind of unique take on a classic story, I guess I'll say. And the whole time, I think we were all kind of guessing how it was going to play out, who was going to make the save. We're like, oh, that person's being really nice to her. How surprising. And then it turns out to not be the case with Nick's old girlfriend, who is the lawyer who kind of got everything rolling with that. So, I mean, all in all, this movie was a lot of fun and a different perspective on a classic story. And you guys all loved it. And the critics all seemed to like it. This movie was pretty much a home run when it came out. So I had a lot of fun watching it. Would I want to watch Crazy Rich Asians with the answer and the Appleton Oak on the regular? Probably not. Probably like to have somebody you're maybe out on a date with or something like that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I give this one a 4 out of 5 answers.
All right, so real quick, I'm surprised you didn't call out that Henry Golding who also played Nick Young, was also Snake Eyes in G.I. Joe Snake Eyes.
I never saw G.I. Joe Snake Eyes.
Well, and he was Dry Eye in The Gentleman that we just watched. I knew I recognized him from somewhere.
He had to be way younger than that.
Especially then Remy High, who was Alistair, the crazy director dude. I knew him from somewhere. He was in Spider-Man. The latest Spider-Man, he was the kid that grew up that was chasing after MJ the entire movie. And then he had a few other guys that were also like Awkwafina and Ronnie, who played Eddie. They were both in Shang-Chi, in the 10 Golden Rings. Yeah. And then obviously Michelle Yeoh, we saw her in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Just won a Golden Globe for that. Hopefully on her way to an Oscar for that because she was amazing at that. And I can see that she maybe planted the seeds with this movie with how good of a performance she was going to put in that because she really did a great job in here. Constance Wu, obviously, who's Rachel, was amazing in it as well. Like, I really liked it. It was real funny. It kept me going. I mean, PT like kind of stole it from me every time he was in the line with "I love you," and then taking pictures and the heart sign at the end. I was kind of hoping he would hook up with his sister at the end. I thought maybe that's what the extra scene was because I thought that'd be kind of a nice little funny go home with that. But yeah, you just see it's like the class struggles of whether good enough or not, and this and that. And so then it's kind of funny to see them Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere at Once because like she's at the bottom and like her daughter wants to go. It's kind of cool contrast seeing that. But all in all, this is a lot of fun. I always heard Singapore was a beautiful city, but wow, that was amazing. The scenery was just fantastic. I want to know what the budget was, just because I know they joke around saying how much was each thing, but man, that had to be pretty fun to do. But for me, because I laughed so much throughout it, thought it was a great romantic comedy, if you will, I give it 4.5 answers. And I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I would definitely. My wife had already seen it, so I wouldn't mind watching it again with her.
Well, this movie hits home a lot harder than I expected it to, and I guess I'm a little different mindset than Mason, Quinn, and the Answer are after watching this movie. And so, for those of you who made it this far, Oak's gonna open up a little bit about his past because the dollar amounts are a little bit different, but the situations are not that far apart. And this movie was oddly hits home for me, which I don't know why I'm getting emotional. It's weird.
It's never weird.
So
it's never weird to get emotional.
I grew up, pretty middle class in Wisconsin. My dad was a teacher. Stepdad was an electrician. Just middle class. So, when you get into dating and stuff, grew up in a small town, and there was, there's parents who didn't like me. Bleached my hair and was, jock or whatever. So there's good reason for some girls' parents not to like you. Had my jacked up Cutlass Supreme. So, it's understandable for moms and dads, to be leery of a young significant other, especially when you're kind of like I was. And when I was 18, I started dating a girl. Her dad was from India and her mom was from the Philippines. And her dad was a vascular surgeon and was incredibly wealthy. And the mom, again from the Philippines, a sweetheart. We dated for 4 years, on and off. It was far from a perfect relationship. Her father never said a single word to me in 4 years. I dated his daughter for 4 years. I don't think he ever even looked me in the eye. There was very few times we were in the building together. 4 years of dating, I was never invited to a family Christmas. 4 years of dating, I was never invited to any sort of birthday party. So, it was weird because, like, I wasn't, I was going to tech school at the time to be an electrician, and then, switched over into business school. So I wasn't, I wasn't some high school dropout, but at the same time, I was never going to be a doctor. So, and I don't want to put like full blame on the dad because, and I'll get to it a little bit. There's a lot of cultural things in this movie that I think we have to be cognizant of. It's easy to just look at them and be like, well, they were assholes for the way they treated Rachel, but a lot of it is cultural. And so I don't want to put everything on, her dad just kind of being a dick, because he was from India and he wanted his daughter marrying an Indian man who was also a doctor or a surgeon. But it was hard because, we started dating when I was 18, and it's a really, really shitty feeling to have somebody make you feel like you're not good enough, not because of your choices and just anything, but because of who you are, and the kind of the collateral damage in that, which they talked about Rachel's mom in this movie a lot, is when somebody doesn't like you for who you are because your family doesn't have enough money or you're not successful enough. When you're 18, it's not really as much of a dig on you as it is your parents and your family. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's making 6 or 7 figures when you're 18 years old. If you have money, it's because of your family had money or didn't have money. And so for as shitty as it makes you feel for not being good enough, it also makes you really shitty because somebody's judging your parents. And I hold my parents in very high regard. They worked very hard to provide for us, and we were not rich. And there's not a year that my parents ever made 6 figures. And it doesn't matter to me one way or another. But so this movie hit me really hard. And then towards the end, it like fucking gut punch from that side, because it was like very relatable. And then like the gut punch from the other side. Now I will be very transparent in that the parents had other reasons not to like me. I don't know how much my girlfriend had told her parents that, look, I wasn't the best boyfriend. We dated from when I was 18 to 22. I was in college. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and from a relationship standpoint, and she honestly deserved a lot better than the person that I was. But her dad didn't like me from day one, so there was that. And I the way that Nick's sister, like the husband, like that's relatable. Like never feeling like you're enough, and fine, I'll find somebody that I'm enough for, and he got that text message and it said, this bed feels empty without you. And it's like somebody else made him feel like he was enough. And I'm not justifying his behavior at all. And I'm kind of getting to that. And it was kind of another lesson in this movie, is that like it wasn't her responsibility to apologize for who she was. And I've spent, excuse my language, I don't think Dave has to edit out F-bombs this late. I've spent a lot of years, probably way too many, and it's almost embarrassing to talk about, like resenting this girl's dad and family. And now that, I work for Arnold Schwarzenegger and I've traveled the globe, it's kind of like, even I'm 43, there's still like this fuck you type thing,
a little bit of a chip there.
I didn't ever get to a soldier.
Yeah, it might
but
be
I
a
worked
bulger.
for fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've traveled the globe. And I've kind of had that mindset.
You were Mr.
And it's
Wisconsin.
like, and it's weird twice.
There you go.
And it's weird because, it hits hard because Nick's sister, she chose him still. And I've spent all these years like being like, fuck you to the family. Her brothers were nice to me, I should say that. But I guess I've never looked at it that hard from like, she still chose me, even though her family didn't. And now I kind of feel like a giant asshole sitting here watching this, because I always had this chip on my shoulder, and I think I didn't put as much into the relationship as I should have, because I kind of did like, fuck your family, and it's kind of like how this felt. So this movie, from a lot of different angles, like hits very close to home for me. Now look, her family was very wealthy. Her father was a millionaire. They weren't like billionaires like in this
they weren't the pride of the pride of the Fox Valley.
There was levels to this, but it hit this, like I was expecting some sort of romantic comedy, not something that fucking made me feel like, wow, this movie hit a lot closer to home. So it was a phenomenal movie. the notes that I have, again, the cultural difference.
Yeah.
It's easy to look and be like, whoa, grandma and mom are assholes. And I'm not like completely defending him, but there are some pretty significant cultural differences all across the globe, not just, the difference between, Asian families and American families. And so that's something that has to be taken into consideration.
They talked about building for generations.
Yeah.
And that's how you do that.
But even when you talk cultural differences, the mom was in Rachel's shoes,
exact spot,
which we get to at the end, but it was still difficult to watch because the mom said, and you could tell the mom still wasn't good enough for grandma. All these years later, everything else. And Answer, I wouldn't have thought of it. And Answer brought up a really good point of them checking into a hotel. And I don't know that was just to show we've got FU money. I think they leave that unexplained for a reason. The kids came in, their shoes were muddy. The mom had felt like that before.
Yeah, because that's how she was looked at by the grandma.
She was looked at by the grandma, and it was still, and so she's projecting. We talk about. I shouldn't say we talk about. We don't talk about it, but it's discussed generational trauma. And they always talk about it's your responsibility to try to break that for your kids. And the mom was passing along this generational trauma about how all of a sudden her son is too good for this girl when she was in the exact same shoes. Now, it was nice to see the mom come around. We knew she came around because of the ring at the end. So that was, that was cool.
That's where I thought that was kind of a nice touch. I was expecting the embrace of those two, like a hug or something, but I like how they did it where they showed it and then she just kind of sauntered off to the side to not even have them do the embrace. She was just I get it, and then she moved along.
We've seen movies before. This isn't the first movie where somebody who isn't wealthy gets made to feel like they're not good enough. So this isn't, The Notebook, which I love, Ryan Gosling's character, Coming to America, which has an interesting twist. Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon.
I knew he was going to mention Notebook.
There's a lot of movies that talk about that. I don't come from money and this person does, and there's always a mom or somebody who's making them not feel good enough. But it was interesting that they also really hit home with Nick's sister's point of view. I chose you, and it's not my, when she was it's not my job to make you feel like a man, it was that was interesting because it somebody who has family money, and she was obviously a very good person. They made that point very clear throughout the whole movie. The sister was a very good person. And it was not the type of person to make somebody feel like they were lesser because they didn't have money. And it's weird that this movie threw that lesson in there as well. If you come from money, or if you are privileged in life, you don't have to, you shouldn't feel like shit because you're privileged, and you shouldn't have to always have to tiptoe and apologize for who you are. And that's, like I said, that's kind of what made this, all the stuff about not feeling good enough. I was kind of I've been there, and then they hit you with that other one at the end where, and then that's what made me realize well, fuck, I've spent all these years screw the family, and you don't focus on well, she chose me. It didn't matter what her parents thought, so I thought this movie was great. There was so much. I was expecting a romantic comedy, right? And the way it starts, it feels like it's gonna be your cliche romantic comedy, and maybe in a few aspects it was, but this was a really good twist on kind of this old story about not being good enough. Rachel's mom's story was brilliant, the writing of this movie was phenomenal. I don't know if it was an adaptation from a book, but the writing was phenomenal. The actors all did a great job. The multiple angles for the lessons I thought were phenomenal. And as far as a romantic comedy, but a movie about life and being yourself and standing up to people who don't think you're good enough, and also not being ashamed of who you are, so
2013 novel.
So many lessons of don't be ashamed of who you are, as if it's like you're not enough, you know, versus being enough, you know. And it also shows like both sides of how some very, very people or wealthy people act. You know, you have people who are incredibly wealthy who act like everybody's below them. I have a friend whose family is ridiculously wealthy, and I have my other friends have families and friends who are wealthy. But I have one friend in particular whose family is just obnoxiously wealthy. Not like this, but you get it. Private jets. It's insane. And
his last name is Schwarzenegger.
No, it's not. But he's the nicest guy you'd ever meet. Treats everybody with respect. And it's like, so my experience with somebody with wealth like that is good.
Yep.
And look, my friend who I'm referring to had way more money than my ex-girlfriend's dad. So just put it out there. But it's like when you experience, when you come up middle class, like, Rachel did, and you experience somebody with a shitload of money that treats you like dirt, and then you experience somebody with way more money, like he makes you look, like.
Yep. Yeah, like
and he treats you good.
Front row.
Yeah, and he treats you good. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
like the fuck. I didn't even think about that analogy. Like my ex-girlfriend's dad was sitting in the second row, and I came up and sat with my friend who was looking back.
This guy,
this clown,
this guy makes $1 million a year. What? Like, move along.
Yeah. The other nice touch that I liked was, regardless of like all the wealth and everything they had, and I'm going to make this quick because I know we're going long, but a lot of people spend their whole life like chasing cars or houses or whatever, and it's like they showed us in this movie that the people who have everything, like, okay, it's still just a car. Like, yeah, you got a Bugatti Veyron or, a Lambo, and it's like, yeah, it's your car. That stuff doesn't communicate back with you. It can't interact with you. It's not a person. And it's been a theme going for I don't know how many movies that people are the most important thing in this world, and it always will be. Because at the end of the day, it's just stuff. Yep. And that was a good lesson that I wanted to drop in there.
Well, I was wondering about stuff. It was a $30 million budget. That was all of the budget.
Crazy.
The wedding was 40. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. And it made $238.5 million at the box office.
Good ROI.
Look, this, and I've said it before, and like I'm like, I know the movie won some awards, and everybody's recommending this. It's probably not a movie I should see on a date anymore, because it brings up triggers like like you don't want to go on a date with somebody. Well, I'm not dating right now, I'm engaged, but like,
you still go on dates.
Had I seen this on a date, these, like, it's been commented on before, but like we're like three manly men, but I feel comfortable like getting, and I think it was visually like a little bit emotional in front of these guys. But
look at Mr. Wisconsin up there, he's breaking down. He's really enjoying the movie.
But on a date, I couldn't have done that, because if I had been on a date, why are you emotional?
That's why you gotta push it down. You gotta push it down.
Triggers with my ex-girlfriend. Oh, like the movie made you think about your ex. Like, no, and I'm sure I could have positioned it different. Like, hey, look, I've been in her shoes, so I understand. But I appreciate everybody, including The Answer and Mason Quinn, letting me get emotional for a moment. I had not. I had not expected this movie to do that. And like I said, I generally don't get too emotional with movies, but I distinctly remember being made to feel not good enough. But like I said, the collateral damage that my parents weren't good enough, because we didn't, like, had I come from a bunch of family money, then who I was, I don't think would have mattered. But it was like, you didn't like me. And then, so it was tough. This movie brought up, I love the movie, brought up some sensitive points for me that I could relate to, which I think made the movie experience that much better.
Former Mr. Wisconsin.
An easy 5 for me. I thought it was
easy
absolutely
5.
phenomenal. And I can't picture myself giving a lot of rom-coms a 5, but 5.
Oh, whatever. You'll find the perfect one out there someday. Some say Shawshank is. So, for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I am, of course, The Answer. Good night, pals.